Hello there, it's Don here. This is the fourth video now of how I go about making my dioramas. The first three videos were how I made the two French shops. You may remember last time I did the brickwork there. I brightened it up just a little bit. I thought maybe it was just a little dark, and I've also changed the roof. I didn't like the orange roof. Okay, so they're the two shops completed. So now we need to put them onto a base. So I just use an ordinary piece of polystyrene, piece of packing, quite honestly. That will be the base of the diorama. I've cut out a big piece here for the bomb crater that will sit in front of the shop. On that we'll put a 3mm piece also with the cutout for the bomb crater, and then 1mm piece on there that will give me a guide for the depth of the filler when I come to do the cobbled street, and then another 2mm on top of that, so that'll look like that. The shop will sit about there. And I thought there'd be better to have a gap between the shops, so there's like an alleyway between the two shops down there, but the bomb hitting here and then going through into the shop. There'll be debris all around this area as well. I've also cut a number of paving slabs. A very long, laborious job of laying paving slabs all over this area. But they will sit on there, and then when that's done I'll put a border of 3mm card all the way around. That'll be painted black, and that will set off the diorama quite nicely with the half track going down the cobbled street. So I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I've laid the paving slabs. It took quite a long time, but they're better when they're laid individually with a slight gap in between. I've painted over with a very thin solution of filler so that you can just make out the gaps, but when that's painted over you'll see them more clearly. I've put filler in the bomb crater there, so that gives a good impression of a crater there, and given this area here a coat of filler too, because I'm going to put grout. I put a grout mixture on there because grout won't stick to cardboard, but it will stick to filler. So I'll just start putting the grout on there. It's a very messy job, but I think you get the picture. Okay, so I'll carry on doing that and then give it about an hour, and then we can start to make the shape of the cobbles. So once that's on there, I need a bigger scraper. Once that's on there, then I'll even it out a bit more, and I'll come back in about an hour's time and do the cobblestones. So there we go, 1 hour later, and the grout has dried sufficiently to be able to mould it into shape. I've used just a piece of 2mm card to make the indentations in the grout that way, and then to make the shape of the cobblestones, just take the eraser out the end of a pencil and leave it the shape that it is, a round shape, which is basically the shape of a cobble. So I've started at the bottom there, so I'll just do a couple of rows just to show you what I mean. This will probably take the rest of my life to do, but worth it in the end. Of course, it would be better if I could see. So you can see the shape of the cobble is just starting to come through. So I'll carry on doing the rest of that, and I'll see you in a moment. Well, as you can see, I completed the project. You can see the finished cobblestone effect there. If I just turn it up, you can see I put more filler in between the cobbles, and then went over with a damp sponge again just to fill the space between the cobbles, and then painted over 2 or 3 different colours of cobble, and then a dry brush over the top of that. Worked out reasonably well. The bombed out area at the end there's the crater with all the debris. I'll show you how I do the debris or how I make my bricks in another video in a few days' time. But that's the effect of the bomb damage there. So with the half track going down the street there, following the signs on the lampposts, that's that project completed. And if you do a project, one of 2 things will happen when you're finished. You'll either say, well, that was a nice experience, but I'll never do that again. Or you'll say, that was fantastic, I want to do another project, and you'll keep on doing more and more projects, and model building will be in your blood. The problem is where you put them when you're done. Unless you've got a diorama room in your house is that big that you can afford space for dozens of these things, all well and good. But what I generally do is finish a diorama, and then in a few weeks' time I consider that I could do a better job, so I make it again and hopefully make an improvement on the last one. So it's something that I've done, well, for a number of years, and really enjoy the process. So there we are, that's my completed diorama. This has been my first venture into YouTube videoing, blogging, whatever it is. I hope you've enjoyed it, the 4 videos as to how to go about making this. I shall be doing more videos in the future. The next project is I'm quite excited about. It's something completely new. That should be up in the next 4 or 5 days. So until then, if you've enjoyed the video, then please click the subscribe button. That all helps. And I'll see you in a few days' time.